hate is not conquered by hate. Hate is conquered by love. This is a law eternal. So, today we are reading the Dhammapada. We just finished reading As a Man Thinketh by James Allen, and I'm very proud of having completed that whole motherfucking book. I'm going to put that in a playlist before I go into the forest. But that's enough of that. We're going to be reading Dhammapada today, starting with chapter 1. We'll just do one chapter and then we'll see how far that gets us. The Dhammapada, I believe, is one of the early Buddhist texts from the... I don't even remember, to be honest. I think it's maybe the Vedas or something like that. But let's just get into it. First chapter is called Contrary Ways. What we are today comes from our thoughts of yesterday, and our present thoughts build our life of tomorrow. Our life is the creation of our mind. If one is to speak or act with an impure mind, suffering will follow them as the wheel of the cart follows the beast that draws the cart. What we are today comes from our thoughts of yesterday, and our present thoughts build our life of tomorrow. Our life is the creation of our mind. If we speak or act with a pure mind, joy will follow us as it is our own shadow. He insulted me. He hurt me. He defeated me. He robbed me. Those who think such thoughts will not be free from hate. He insulted me. He hurt me. He defeated me. He robbed me. Those who think not such thoughts will be free from hate. For hate is not conquered by hate. Hate is conquered by love. This is a law eternal. Many do not know that we are here in this world to live in harmony. Those who know this do not fight against each other. He who lives only for pleasures and whose soul is not in harmony, who considers not the food they consume, is idle and has not the power of virtue. Such a person is moved by Mara. Moved by Mara. Mara is a Buddhist term. Is moved by selfish temptations, even as a weak tree is shaken by the wind. But he who lives not for pleasures, and whose soul is in self-harmony, who eats or fasts with moderation, and who has faith and the power of virtue, this is a person not moved by temptation, as a great rock is not shaken by the wind. If we are to put on the pure yellow robe with a soul which is impure, without self-harmony and truth, we are not worthy of the holy robe. But those who are pure from sin and whose soul is strong in virtue, who has self-harmony and truth, is worthy alone of the holy robe. Those who think the unreal is and think the real is not, they shall never reach the truth, lost in the path of wrong thought. But those who know that the real is and know the unreal is not, they shall indeed reach the truth, safe on the path of right thought. Even as rain breaks through an ill-thatched house, passions will break through an ill-guarded mind. But even as rain breaks not through a well-thatched house, passions break not through a well-guarded mind. Just a quick note on the way these stanzas are set out. A lot of this old Buddhist text are very repetitive to get across the specific concept we're trying to get across, because it's something subtle, and unless we repeat it through different kind of analogies, it's hard to grasp. It's constantly put in a duality of is and is not, for us to become aware of the duality of is and is not that constantly plays within our mind. We suffer in this world and we suffer in the next world. The man who does evil suffers in both worlds. He suffers, and mourns when he sees the wrong he has done. He is happy in this world and he is happy in the next world. The man who does good is happy in both worlds. He is glad, feels great gladness when he sees the good he has done. He sorrows in this world and he sorrows in the next world. The man who does evil sorrows in both worlds. I have done evil, thus he laments, and the more he laments on the path of sorrow. He rejoices in this world, and he rejoices in the next world. The man who does good deeds rejoices in both worlds. I have done good, thus he rejoices, and more he rejoices on the path of joy. If we are to speak manly, holy words, let me rephrase that. If we are to speak holy words, but speak and do not, this thoughtlessness cannot allow us to enjoy the life of holiness. Like a coward who counts the cows of his master. Whereas if we speak but a few holy words and yet live the life of those words, free from passion and hate and illusion, with right vision and a mind free, craving for nothing both now and hereafter, this is a life of holiness. That's the end of chapter 1 on contrary ways, but I want to reread those last two sentences. If we speak I said manly before, that's what confused me. If we speak many holy words, it says man and man, I'm reading so bad, holy shit. It's man and many, that's why I thought it said manly. I put the words together in my mind. Let me reread now that I've seen my mistake. If a man speaks many holy words, but he speaks and does not, this thoughtless man cannot enjoy the life of holiness. He is like a coward who counts the cows of his master. Whereas if a man speaks but a few holy words, and yet he lives the life of those words, free from passion and hate and illusion, with right vision and a mind free, craving for nothing both now and hereafter, this is the life of holiness. That's chapter 1 of the Dhammapada, Contrary Ways. We'll get to chapter 2 tomorrow, motherfuckers. I love you so much. See you later.